social society, Leonard Skinner wannabes. Party out loud till the sun comes up. Nothing like the HRSRCC, hillbilly redneck Southern rebel country club.
Well, I'm David Draco, a.k.a. Bubba D.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, here we go.
I think my balls have done crawled up my asshole, but I'm good.
Okay, here we go.
Hope I ain't got a piss. I have to stick my thumb up my butt and
Remember,
grab it.
arms to the side, all the way out, like Upchurch.
I got you.
Okay, here we go. Action.
Upchurch! And I was bouncing her head off a sign, so that was probably the funniest moment for me because
Way back in the country where the hunting and the fishing is just right. Pinch a tent around the fire tonight. We're a social society, Leonard Skinner wannabes. Party out loud till the sun comes up. Nothing like the HRSRCC, hillbilly redneck Southern rebel country club.
I play Bubba D, who is your typical redneck who works as a road manager for Marcus Maximus, who's a country music artist. And because of my personality and my redneck ways, I wind up getting myself in a lot of trouble most of the time. And a lot of fingers being pointed at me going, look at this idiot. But that's okay, because, you know, I'm used to that. It happens a lot because I'm usually the guy doing that kind of stuff. I'm not my character is not very serious. I mean, he seems like he's fussing about this, and he might be a little male chauvinistic, but you know, he's really not. He's just your typical guy. He says stuff before he thinks. He does things before he thinks it through. He likes to act like he's in charge and that he's on top and he's number one, but really and truly, Pookie is the one that tells him what to do and when to do it and how to do it, you know, and he's cool with that. You know, she owns the pants. I get to wear them. It works for us in real life and on the show. So, but that's pretty much Bubba D in a nutshell. Your all-American redneck. He's believes in his country, right to bear arms, family, friends, having a good time, and looking for something that's fun to get into, even though it'll probably bite him in the rear end later on. No, our show's pretty much spontaneous, spur of the moment, ad-libbed kind of show. We have a general basis idea of going into the show, what we're going to do, what we're trying to accomplish, but in the end, it's kind of like a plan on paper. It looks good on the paper, but that ain't how it went. Well, I'd helped with filming a few videos and doing prop work and setting up and holding mics and stuff, but how I got discovered on to actually for the role of Bubba D is Jamie Blaze one day caught me acting a little retarded and said, you know what? I've listened to you talk, I've listened to the things you say, and now I'm getting to watch you do what I need, so we're going to give this a shot. And then before I knew it, here we are filming Redneck Country, and I'm playing me, basically, in a nutshell.
Here with a pair of scissors and you're going to snip them off. Like, okay, closer to your face so I can, there you go.
I don't want them closer to my face.
You know what I mean?
Well, I got out of the truck with my wife, who plays Pookie, and I was doing a little dance, twitching my rear end this way and that, singing "You Can Kiss This" by a country music artist that, you know, and which we have a lot of fun with the song, and he seen me, "You can kiss this, and I don't mean on my rosy red lips," and that was what it was, and here we go, and now I'm here and in front of a camera, which is very new to me, but I'm having a lot of fun with it. And before Redneck Country Club, well, I'd made a couple of appearances in some country music videos, and it was like a movie trailer for one of the country music videos for an artist that you will probably get to see in our show, and it was kind of a new experience for me, but I liked it, and now I'm giving this a shot, and hopefully we'll get to see where this goes, and hopefully it'll turn out to be something big and major, and we hope that a lot of fans enjoy it and people can relate to it, because a lot of what we do is based on conversations that me and my wife have actually had, things that have kind of happened in our relationship, and I'm sure a lot of other people's, because I have a lot of redneck friends, so it's kind of a common occurrence. What goes through my mind when I'm filming Redneck Country Club? Well, I guess it'd have to be the famous last lines of, "Hey y'all, watch this." So that's kind of what happens. It's like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and hopefully I don't get too messed up in some of the things I do, and hopefully it turns out funny and people relate to it and enjoy it. Yeah, that's pretty much me. I've been making funny faces at my wife, at my children, all their lives, so that kind of comes naturally to me. That, you know, I'm sure I'm pretty goofy looking most of the time, so well, it's pretty laid back. There's not a lot of pressure, because we don't have a script we really have to memorize and prepare and stuff, so I just kind of go out and basically act like I did when I was a kid. You know, I'm either playing an army guy, or I'm playing around on a motorcycle, or so I'm just being a big kid on set. So, and I pretty much get free reign. Every once in a while they have to go, no, you can't go there, but you know, sometimes my filter gets broke. Do we get it in one take? Well, generally we usually go with the first take, because it's the most spontaneous. It's the one that usually turns out the best, because I just kind of react to what I'm asked to do or what we've come up with, and I just kind of go with the flow. But the Jamie Blaze production are very professional, so that we do it in several takes and then do pick the best one. But generally, he pretty much goes with the first one, because that's the one where, all right, there's David's take on what we're doing, and it works. Well, it's a lot like being at home with her. You know, I'm usually goofing off, and she's usually telling me that I need to stop doing whatever I'm doing. And but it's all in fun because we don't actually bicker and get along. You know, we get along, and there's really no arguments and stuff. That's all kind of put on for the show. You know, we fake argue just like we do on the show. So I really kind of think this is more of a documentary than I actually do it being just a comedy skit. It's kind of more real life to me because I kind of live it. All the cast members here are friends. We all get along hanging out with each other on the set, off the set, so we're more like a family. Jennifer Maximus and Mark Maximus, you couldn't ask for better people. You can feel like you're be yourself with them. You don't have to put on some air like, you know, I'm Mr. Hollywood or something like that. I can pretty much be the general redneck that I am, and and they get to see it probably more full time than y'all do, but I'm sure as time goes on, y'all will get to realize that the guy ain't acting. And then Christy, my wife, she's pretty much what you see is what you get. She's a very fire-filled woman. She's keeps me in my place. But you couldn't ask for a better crew or better people to work with because Jennifer and Marcus, they have a lot more experience with doing all this than we do, and so they're kind of took us under our wings and said, okay, we can do this and we can do that, and no, you got to stay away from that. So, it's like one big family here, and which I really enjoy, and I'm glad it's like that. I wouldn't want to be on a set where there's a bunch of tension and stuff all the time because you've got too many egos trying to fight for the spotlight. We're all just here to make you people at home go, ha, that's funny. Or, you know what? I relate to that. So, I really enjoy working with the entire cast and the production company and the managers and all that stuff, because we couldn't do it without all of us. It wouldn't happen. Each one of us brings their own magic to what we're trying to do here, and I couldn't ask for a better situation, and I'm happy to be a part of it. No, I've never been asked to do anything I don't want to do because I'm kind of the one that's going, hey, what do you think about let's do this? I'm willing to push it a little bit further, or what do you think? Me and the director, Jamie, we kind of relate to each other. Usually he's going, hey, how about we do that shot? And I'm going, you know what? I done figured you'd want me to go do that. Like on one of our episodes we just shot, I had to get in the water, and of course it's 40 degrees outside, and the water's probably about 20.
Okay. See, is it cold?
Yeah, it's cold. How about we do that shot? And I'm going, you know what? I done figured you'd want me to go do that. Like on one of our episodes we just shot, I had to get in the water, and of course it's 40 degrees outside, and the water's probably about 28. And he's like, are you willing to get in the water? And I'm like, you know what? It's going to make a great shot. Let's do it.
Got it! Hit me the lip. All right, so how do you feel?
Well, I have no feeling. So, once I gain it back, I will let y'all know how I feel.
So I'm pretty easygoing. I've never been asked to do nothing I don't want to do because, like I said, I'm just acting like a big kid. And so when you ask a kid to go play in the water, what does a kid want to go do? He wants to go splash in the water and play in the mud puddles, and I'll play in a mud puddle. Yeah, it was a very interesting shoot. Of course, Jennifer is quite the bad woman. She could be, so she's very capable of doing that in real life, and which is kind of hot, I must say, a woman that can kick your hiney is always awesome, especially when they got weapons, and she had a gun, so that made it even cooler. But I was definitely not surprised with how it turned out, because, luckily for me, she made it look real, but I didn't really have to take the hiney kicking that it looked like. But I wouldn't cross her on the street in a dark alley, because then I would have to take that hiney kicking, and I'm sure she could put one on a person. But it was a great episode. I really enjoyed it. It was kind of fun. Of course, it made Bubba D kind of look a little bit like a weenie, but that's okay. Maybe he'll get redeemed later on, but I'm okay with being a weenie, because I'm not a fighter. I don't want to get in a fight by any means. So every once in a while, it's okay to play around like you're getting in a fight, as long as it's, there's something that, you don't actually have to take the hit. I don't want to be hit. Personally, I would love to see it reach the top. I would love it to be, kind of like one of my favorite shows growing up, Roseanne. I would like to see it as big as that, just because that means what I'm doing and what our crew is doing is actually being enjoyed, is actually being watched, and I would like to see it coming into everybody's TV on a weekly basis, just because I really enjoy bringing laughter to the world, because with as much things that go wrong in this world, it's good to laugh, because it helps you deal with the stress that's bringing you down, and it just relieves that pressure. So it's easier to laugh at something than cry. There's been so many, and when we release the outtakes, y'all are gonna love them, because there's a lot of funny stuff that happens that we just can't quite seem to fit into our time on the show. But my favorite one would have to be when I was pitching the Pookie dummy into the sign, because my wife in the middle of it looked at me and said that looked like I was too enthusiastic throwing that dummy around, because it was dressed just like her, and I was bouncing her head off a sign. So that was probably the funniest moment for me, because I was actually pretending like I was throwing my wife through a road sign. So that was the one that stands out the most to me. I really enjoy cutting loose and having a good time. There's lots of laughs on the set. It's all fun, and it's just basically a bunch of people getting together and cutting up and filming, and so it's always a blast to film what we're filming, because we all kind of pitch in and come up with the ideas and what's going to go on and how things are going to happen, and every once in a while there's a surprise, because Jamie will throw something in that we wasn't expecting to be used, and it's like, oh, well, that's even better, So I really enjoy what we're doing. I think the whole cast really enjoys what they're doing, and I'm really happy to work with them and be here and do what we do, and I hope we keep getting to do what we do for many years to come.